Hey guys, me again. Day one is over. You've done lots of icebreakers to get to know your groups, things like their names, favorites, pets, siblings, who's Team Nina, who they think should have gotten the last rose, the important things. How do you make sure that your group continues to gel, work together, and build some of the best friendships and relationships that are more like family that they've ever had? Team bonding. Just like group time will look different for each group, team bonding will as well. The most important thing is that each member of your group feels included, heard, and valued throughout the week. While some ambassadors will naturally gravitate towards each other, we want each and every ambassador to have the best experience possible, and building strong relationships within their groups and within their sections can really help with that. Use time between program elements, when you're waiting for meals, as you finish your meals, when you're waiting in the morning. Anytime that you don't have something structured, planned, or planned for you, use that to throw in some team bonding. Some ambassadors might even initiate some of these activities on their own, especially coming right from state seminars because they have these ideas in their heads. Team bonding, though, doesn't just have to be with your group. It can also be something that you do within your section and with other groups in other sections. We want our ambassadors to meet as many people from as many walks of life as possible. And creating those team bonding activities and engaging in conversations with other groups is going to be some of the best ways to make that happen for them. One way to engage with other groups in your section or with groups from other sections is to have mealtime dates. We eat 3 meals a day. Try to find a place in the Loyola dining and find a group that you haven't had a lot of interaction with. Set up a date and let your ambassadors meet new people. They love it, and it's also great as a facilitator to have someone else to talk to and to meet other kiddos as well, because you're with the same group all throughout the week, and you want to be able to meet and interact with other people as well. So now I'm going to share some of the most popular team building activities that you will see throughout the week at WLC, and some even provide a little more function than just fun. That first one is creating some kind of team countdown or count off. This provides function because it allows you to know if you have every member in your group without having to look and find each one of them or tap them on the head or call out their names and do roll call. And it allows your team members to be creative in coming up with a way to count themselves off. So you could count by numbers, you could come up with a sentence where each group member has a different word, and together they create some funny or zany sentence. I've had groups talk in different languages, so each ambassador set a number in a different language. Be as creative as you want. Let's practice. Group countdown. 1. They're all here. Great. So that one is fun. It allows them to create some team bonding, and it's functional for you throughout the entire week. Another one that can also be functional and fun is creating a team cheer or chant. So we know that Hobie is all about the cheers. Have you got that, Ruha? But it's also really fun to come up with your own cheers within your group, and it allows your ambassadors to show some creativity and work together to come up with something that represents your group or even your section. Another one that is a favorite and that you'll see lots is the human knot. Crossing the arms, grabbing hands with someone who's not directly next to you, and seeing how quickly you can untangle. Sometimes that's fun to do with another group as well, to race to see who's the fastest. Of course, keeping it safe. You can also play games like Have You Ever or Would You Rather. You can do Find Someone Who, which is another great one for section time, because you could use your entire section and just yell out, find someone who has a pet cat, or find someone who has never had pizza. I mean, that one might be more difficult, but it could happen. You can also do things like get in line, and you can organize get in line in any way. You could have them organize in line by height, by birthday, by age, by the number of letters in their name, by their shoe size. And you can do it by not having them speak at all, giving them a short amount of time in the beginning to talk, and then telling them they can't. You can do it however you want. Make it fun. You can also do things like the stand-up back-to-back game. Let me show you this one. at least try. Cassidy? So in this game, you would have your ambassadors sit back to back, and they're going to wrap arms, and then they try to stand up at the same time. Honestly, it's way harder than it looks. All right, thanks for trying. Your teams might need to practice that throughout the week. And if you get a team that can do it, please show me because we really struggled. Something else that you can do is back-to-back drawing. I love doing this in my classroom because not only is it funny, but it requires your kiddos to use different forms of communication. So you have one student drawing something, maybe a flower, a bee, a square, and they're sitting back to back with another ambassador from your group that has a blank piece of paper. The ambassador that drew the picture is then going to describe to the other ambassador what it is that they need to draw. But they can't say things like, I drew a square, or draw a bumblebee. Instead, they would have to say things like, draw one vertical line. At the top of that vertical line, draw a horizontal line. And then they would have to explain what the picture is that the ambassador to their back is trying to draw. It's really, really funny to compare the pictures and to see A, how well they did communicating, and B, what their drawings look like. So, as you can see, there are so many different types of team building. I've barely even touched the surface of what's out there, but you also have an amazing group of facilitators, some who are seasoned veterans in this Hobie world, who I know would love to share some of their best practices and best ideas for group team bonding. Talk to those facilitators, talk to your section leaders, talk to the people on planning staff, anyone. They know, and if you're not sure what kind of team bonding to do next, they've got ideas and I know they'd love to share. So, now that you've team bonded the day away, you've engaged in lots and lots of great programming, it's time to do debrief and spend your last moments in group time. And Ryan's going to talk to you guys about that. Thanks.